Alright, I'm jumping in here at hand 11, and I accidentally, while I was sitting with the video recorder, I had my, I was being dealt out of the hand. But it looked like it worked out there because I profited about $1.40. Here earlier, you can see in the SkillBet hand history, we'll call this, you can see what you've won and lost against your opponent, and that difference is what's factored into the win-loss number right here. Right now I'm playing a $30 game against White Noise 211. It's a really skilled opponent. Thought he'd be a good person to make this video against. He's not going to be giving me any easy money. In fact, he's already up $5.39 and probably another 20 here. I got to start this video a little bit too late, but there's still going to be a lot more for you to see. Basically, when you sit down at a skill bet table, your first few hands, you want to feel you want to feel out your opponent. And right here, I mean, we started the match really tight, and as you could tell right here, it kind of started to loosen up, and now we're back, to playing tight. And granted, we're not getting any hands here, but you really have to feel out your opponent. Because just like in traditional poker, you're going to want to play, to your opponent's strengths and to their weaknesses. One of the best tips I can give you for playing on SkillBot is to play quickly. And the reason you want to play quickly is because you can go ahead and see how your opponent played out their hand. And we're in kind of a pot here. I did not expect the bot to call, but he did check. It makes you wonder what he checked behind. And that's kind of what I expected him to have after he just called that board. And as you see, White Noise is, making some noise right now. But to get back onto my thought, no, we'll just save the thoughts for later. Let's just focus on the gameplay. You guys gotta remember, this is my first video I've ever made, so you guys can't be too harsh on me here. I'm just trying out this sweet new headset I bought today. Forgive me as I move the microphone away from my mouth. I have a feeling I'm talking really loudly. I want to call here on the button just to see if I can get something going here. Just like in regular poker, you're going to try to get a read on your opponents. I mean, these bots are programmed with artificial intelligence, which is the motivating factor in their decisions. Now that you know that, you need to exploit that. So I'm just going to click raise it to 280. And honestly, if they're not calling that raise, they're probably not calling anything on the river. Unless it's the worst card in the world for you. Like, what if another 9 comes off, or, 3 of a kind on the board? You don't want that. As we get that in the final stretch, the 20 to 30 hand range, I like to open my play up a little bit. That would be an awfully loose call if I made it. I can't make it. But I loosen my play up because if I'm either up or down, if I'm down, I'm going to have to loosen up to try to win my money back. If I'm up, I'm probably going to tighten up because my opponent's probably going to loosen up. Not always the case. I mean, you kind of have to know the player, but I've played White Noise a few times, and I kind of feel like that's how he plays, and, there's a method to his madness for that. So I'm going to be putting in a lot more bluffs at the end of these And you know, these little 70-cent wins, they're gonna knock a lot off this. I mean, I may not make up this entire $8 setback, but if it's, you know, with the $3 to $4 range at hand 30, I feel like we're doing pretty good, you know, all things considered. And it's folded around. So you have to remember when you're playing against the bots, but the bots are pretty much playing with your opponent's money. Um, that dynamic in its own really makes this poker concept really interesting. I'm gonna three bet on the button 9-10 suited. It's kind of a fancy play, and wow, again the same guy re-raises, and you have to start wondering: is this just, you know, this bot's personality to raise out of position? I'm gonna gamble, and let's think about this from a mathematical standpoint. Okay, I've already gambled, half the money's in there, already down. If I win this, I'm going to be up money. Have a 7, 9, 10 is probably going to win. You know, almost 10 outs. Let's go. And it hits. And this is when you hope your opponent didn't think the same thing you did. He did. Apparently, I got more money out of it than he did. As I was saying, you know, it kind of pays to be aggressive at the end of these, because I mean, I could have just, you know, three big blind, you know, check call, and it just, you're not really getting any value when, especially when you're down. And you got to think from my opponent's standpoint, he's probably going for the knockout here. I mean, if he can score a $10 pot, and he's thinking that I played it, you know, ABC, well, I mean, then he's up like $20. So 5-7 offsuit, I just can't bring myself to play it there. I know that he's not going to play it, so it's kind of a wash. All things considered, this number could be a lot worse. So, just another shameless plug: crushthebots.com. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell all of your poker enthusiasts about this website. You know, we're going to be uploading videos, and you can watch me, you know, either make money or lose a lot of money, depending upon my poker skill set. Um, and it looks like we're on our final hand here. But yeah, you know, just get out to the website. You know, we're gonna have, you know, some big things cooking as far as SkillBot and whatnot, and you know. So thanks for watching my video. White Noise, good game. I mean, $2.41. You can sure buy yourself a lot with that. Until next time, thanks guys.